not much has really happened for me this week apart from I've put an offer on a house. So excited. I'm just waiting to hear back off the estate agents to see whether my offer was accepted. So in a few months I have my own little home. Also just been working, catching up with friends and family and just having a good time. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen I've put a poll recently to talk about this next video, which is hypoglycemia and some stories about hypoglycemia. So first of all, what is it? Hypoglycemia is when a diabetic's blood sugar levels are below a certain amount. Now, anything below a reading of 4 millimol is classed as a hypo. So check your blood sugars, they're 5, it's okay. Check your blood sugars in a few hours, they're 2 point something, you're having a hypo. So how can you tell if you're having a hypo? There are loads of different signs and symptoms which can affect different diabetics, but generally I find if I'm having a hypo I become very disorientated, I can be a bit moody, tend to snap or feel a bit weepy. I also lose concentration very quickly and easily, and I begin to sweat very quickly, and I get a bit shaky when I'm trying to do things. I'll also have blurred vision and it sort of look basically like I'm drunk. As I said in my last video, it can be mistaken sometimes on a night out. If you're just drunk, you could be having a hypo. So, you spot someone on the street and you know they're diabetic and they're looking a bit like that. Obviously, could be drunk, or they could be having a hypo. So, sort of check out if they have their BM with them and their reading is below 4, what do you do? Main thing is to get sugar quickly into the system. You need fast-acting carbohydrates such as dextrose tablets, Lucozade, normal Coke, any sweet fizzy drinks, or if they're in the house, a sugary cup of tea, sugary water, a cup of coffee, just as long as they have some sugar, and also something slow releasing such as digestive biscuits, piece of fruit, just general small slow acting carbohydrates. Sit with them for about 15-20 minutes, see if they perk up. If not, check the blood sugars again, and if they're still a bit low, rinse and repeat until they get back to a stable level. That's another thing. If the blood sugar readings aren't going up for a while and they're still at an unstable level, if they don't rise, take that person to A&E. They may need more help than just a Lucozade bottle and some digestive biscuits. So, story time. As you probably heard in a couple of videos, I've been diabetic for quite some time. I do have a lot of stories to do with having hypos. One, I can tell you now, like, luckily, if it wasn't for my mate Jess, I probably would have been in a bit of a pickle. I had to train some teammates in work on some of the jobs we were doing. Again, I was very disorientated. I had blurred vision, couldn't concentrate. They sort of asked me a question, it would go in one ear, out the other. Just wasn't with this world. Went over and spoke to Jess, and she sort of knew something wasn't right. Asked what my blood sugars were, and I just went, they're 2.9. So with that, Jess drags me downstairs, can of full fat Coke, sat with me. I'm sort of trying to distract, like, no, I'm fine. I've got to get back upstairs, I've got to train. She's like, no, sit down, drink that. They're drinking, but as I'm drinking it, just every couple of sips, it was just, girl, what's wrong with me? So it's now and again we sit and laugh about it, like, talk about something going on. We'll just sit there with each other and go, girl, what's wrong with me? I can remember was on a date. I'd taken my insulin for my dinner. I know it was a bit too much insulin. Got picked up on a date, went for a little drive, and during the drive, again, disorientated, eyes were blurry. The poor lad is sat in the driver's car, sort of like, how? He knew I was diabetic and something wasn't right, so he sort of tried to drive me back home, and I was potentially getting worse and worse and worse. Got to the point, the poor lad passed me his iPod and he's trying to keep me distracted, flashing the lights in my eyes and trying to make me play some music. I can remember him saying this bit made him freak out. I put on the police message in a bottle, and as soon as he heard I'm sending out an SOS, he was just like, we need to get this girl home now. Managed to get home, and it was a pretty bad hypo. It did take about an hour and a half for my blood sugar levels to come round. It got to the point the parents were a bit concerned that I might have had to go into A&E. What hypoglycemia is. If you got any queries, message below. Also subscribe. Be nice to get some more subscribers. So comment, like, subscribe, and for now, see you later.